Hi, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to the webinar. Tonight, we are going to talk about social media. We had great feedbacks last time after our last webinar on social media strategy. And since that is such a big part of our daily life today, we wanted to talk about social media strategies for your business and the latest trends on social media and basic steps to build a good social media page using some Instagram tools, for example, posts and stories. It's my pleasure tonight introducing our keynote speaker, Fabian Castro, Senior Manager, Global Creative Initiatives. Hi, Fabian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning,
Perfect.
everybody. Here is morning, so good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Awesome. So I don't know if we're ready. I can just start now, Anto.
Let's start.
Okay, well, welcome, everybody. And first of all, for those that know me, and for those that I know, I miss you guys. And for those that I don't know, I know when I meet you, I would be missing you. So I'm very happy to be here with you today. We have been working with strategies for social media for Latin America in the past few weeks during these weird times, and I'm happy to bring you some of the things that have been working more for everyone in the market. And basically, I wanted to thank you, Anto, and thank everyone that is connecting today. I know that we have been trying to adjust to a new norm, and it's my pleasure to share with you what I think that is gonna help you, that is gonna push what you're doing, and it's gonna make it easier. So I'm just gonna start with a little thought, and I think that we have all been thinking about this for quite some days, and that is what could be doing today if we didn't have all the resources that we have. So it's been, for many of us, we have to stay at home, and the way we communicate before it has changed. I mean, we have been using already technology to communicate for quite a bit, but the fact that we have now to do everything through these kind of platforms, I think is new for everyone. So in some markets, in some places, the use of technology even to pay, even when you go to the store had changed already with NHT, with, Apple Pay and this kind of stuff. But now it's just the way to go to order by your apps and all that. So it's important that we are all immersed in all this. So my thought is always, what would I be doing if I didn't have Facebook to communicate with my friends, and WhatsApp with my family and my colleagues, and the new Zoom tools and Skype. So all these tools are like the new basic stuff that we have these days. And within all these kind of technologies, there's something that we have been using more, that is the social media. So all these platforms are really, really taking control of everything. So what I want to share with you is that we should be doing all this social media in order to work for us. So how can we do that? And I would say that some of the best things that we can do with social media is to improve our communication. So we can, as you know, like, we can talk to different people around. You can communicate with your family, you can communicate with your distributors, with your uplines, with Anto, with corporate. So there's a lot of advantages that you can do through social media in terms of communication. And it's important that we do it sharing and getting valuable information. So as you know, there's so many things that can help us out there, like tutorials and just a lot of information that can help us to drive our business, to learn a little bit more. And we have to take advantage of that. This is one of the cool things about social media. And the other thing is that we can have a global interaction. I always tell this in Latin America. with a story. I don't know if Dalibor is already around there, but the story about Dalibor and Viridiana is super cool in Mexico. The thing is that Viridiana is one of our best leaders in Mexico, and she met Dalibor through social media. So, Dalibor in Europe, Viri in Mexico, they don't know each other, like they have never seen each other for real, and everything was about social media. And this happened, so I love that story, and I encourage you to use that way social media to be able to communicate with regions, with countries, with people that there wouldn't be other way to do, especially in these times. So these are all very cool things about social media, but let's talk about also what happened to social media if we don't use it, I would say, correctly. So this is not a secret. Social media is designed to trap us. So the thing about social media is that when we go to Facebook or Instagram and we're like, you know what, I'm just gonna check something very quick. I'm gonna send a quick message to somebody, and then 2 hours later, you're scrolling down through kitty videos and stuff like that. I mean, it's very good, but at the same time, this will really lag your business. It will really affect. So just the wasting your time every time you try to do just one post or something. What I'm trying to say is that we have to be aware. We have to be prepared to know that there's huge teams on Facebook, Instagrams, and all these other social media that their job is to design these platforms to catch your attention. So if we're not kind of prepared for them, they're gonna get us, right? So when we approach to social media, one of my first rules for myself is go and do what you have to do, and then go away. And then if I really want to, take some time to have fun and scroll through music videos or such, I would say, like, I'm going to do it now. This is what I'm going to do now. Okay. So the other thing that can happen is that you get overwhelmed with all these fake news and all these offers of, there's a bunch of things that are going on social media that really won't help us. So we have to be aware not to engage with this negativity that is going around. And I've seen this so much. People engaging in discussions, all this idea of I have the truth and you don't, and all that. It's is not going to help us to grow. It's not going to help us to have a quality time on social media. So it's cool that everybody has their own interests and their own preferences. That's all good. We all have our own way to see life. But what I can share with you that is very important on social media is don't try to change people around, and don't try to discuss with people on social media, because it's never gonna be good for you. It's never gonna be helped. And also, as you can see here, I'm about to fall in a hole, because if we don't stop using social media when we shouldn't, bad things can happen. So be careful. Now, let's talk about the trends in social media. If any of you that are here in this call with us, I see 25 people. For all of you, all of us, if you recognize these icons, these platforms, I'm sorry, because we're veterans of social media. So one important thing about these platforms is that they are all gone. Even they kind of exist at some point, nobody cares anymore. So the thing that happened, people that were on ICQ at the very beginning of internet history, and they were like, oh, I will die with ICQ or Messenger. It's gone. It's completely gone. And a very, very sad thing for the music industry is that many bands, they were doing all their efforts for their MySpace. And MySpace seemed to be like the way to go for the bands. It was huge. Everybody wanted to be on there. And then what happened is that when everybody started switching to Facebook, they lost all the fan base. They lost basically everything, and they had to start all over again. For those that were able to do it, some of them, they just were like, forget about it, I'm done. So what I want to share with you is that I think for all of us, Facebook is like the main, still the king of social media. We still use it all the time, but it's very important to know that we need to be ahead of the trends, right? So now Instagram is taking this place because of many reasons. But the point is, even if I'm not saying that you spend your whole day on social media, but it's cool that if you don't have Instagram, that you start getting into it. So if you don't have it, I would just say download it and start using it. And if you already have it, take a look a little bit of what is going on in there, because very probable we are all switching into Instagram for many reasons. And not only about this, but there's a bunch of other stuff going on around. And again, I'm not saying that you waste your time on trying to know every single platform, but it's good that you kind of follow the trend and see like, hey, what is going on now? I want to know a little bit more about it. Maybe read an article here and there about what is new in social media, because that's going to help us a lot. It doesn't matter if we have a very cool platform and we know it all the way and we know every secret about it, if everybody else is using something else, because then it's just worthless. So if we go into Instagram, I know some of you already use it and are very familiar with it, but I want to give a little step back just to make sure that we're all in the same page in terms of we can create something new on Instagram and we can use it for us. So let's talk and let's just move now into Instagram. I have to tell you something. Some of these things that I'm going to share with you can be used in other platforms for sure. So here we go. If we're going to create our profile on Instagram, and this goes also for everybody that has already an Instagram account, but you were not really paying attention a lot on how you created your page, this is going to be a little bit helpful for some tips to shine it up a little bit. So when you create your profile, you have to have your own branding and you have to have a clear description of who are you. So I'm gonna tell, this is key in every aspect on social media. You have to describe yourself in the way you want the world to see you. When we show ourselves on social media, we are really telling everyone what we want them to think about us. So when you are doing your profile page and you start getting into, I'm gonna add my information, adding my photo, it's important that is your style, that is really you, what you like about or the things that you have in your head, what I'm pursuing with my social media. So here I want to be very emphatic in, if you want your social media to be, the place where you hang out with your friends and share pictures of parties and beers and all this and dancing, it's completely cool. But remember that if you're using that same account to share the opportunity, to share your product, or to share your professional life, the people that go to that page and see all this other stuff are going to get distracted, and maybe they're going to get some different messaging than what you really want to share. So I encourage you that if you need to open a second account that is just dedicated to your business, do it. And if you just want to keep just one simple account, just be careful, because everything you post, everything, the way you present yourself, people is going to see it and they're going to judge you at the end of the day. They're going to see for themselves, because it's what you're sharing with them, what you're showing to them. So if we go a little bit deep now, when we're going to do our profile, or if you have it done, what you can change, you will see, these yellow arrows that you see in there. You can see the description of each of these pages. So I took, for example, what we are doing for NHT Global Mexico Instagram, and for the official page, corporate page, and Europe, official Europe page for Instagram. And you can see the three of them have a description under the name. And in the case of Mexico, we have, the welcome to NHT Global. We're committed to wellness, and we're committed to you. So that's the description that I need for my Instagram in Mexico. In this case, when we have the corporate account and the European account, we have the categories, right? The beauty, active, herbal, etc. So this part is going to help us. Imagine when you're already doing your own Instagram page. It's very important that you put at the very beginning what you want to share. So I could say in my case, I'm a professional, a professional photographer that love going around taking photos of nature, and this is the way I see the world. So the point is that you feel comfortable on what you're saying about yourself. So if your main thing is to share the opportunity, in your description you wanna say something about yourself and what you are trying to achieve with this page. And also you can see in the second image, you can see that you have name, username, website, bio, etc. So it's important that bio is what we were talking about, the profile, the description of ourselves. But these other options that Instagram tells you or asks you, and this applies also to Facebook, it's important that we fill it up, because when somebody comes to your page, to your profile, and they see that you have real information in there, that will give them confidence that you exist. With all these fake accounts and all this craziness going around, you never know if it's for real what you're seeing on social media. So this is a super important tool for us to say, yes, this is me, this is my website or my email or my phone number, and this is what I do. Basically, that's how I would just complete or I would summarize this. This will give the people that is following you or that will start following you or will check you out, will give them certainty that you exist, that you're legit. So, and then we're gonna go to our profile photo. So I took here the example of this guy on a bike, and if I was gonna get my own profile photo for my Instagram, and I have already this photo, let's say I wanna really start playing with my photo to fill up the space on this circle. This is what people is gonna see. So yeah, I have a photo that shows my bike and shows, like the environment or whatever, but you really want to go closer, as you see in the photo underneath, because that way every time somebody sees your profile or see your comment or see that you like something, they will actually see you, they will see who you are right away. If your photo is too open and you see a lot of things and you barely see you, or they don't even see you, you have a photo of a kitty, that's super cool, but then they won't know, they won't recognize you right away. It's very important that that's the branding, and that's your own branding on your social media. So if you're gonna use your photo, I recommend that you get a good photo of yourself and get it close when you put it in your profile photo. That will help so much for people to, as I was telling you, to say, I know this guy is legit, this lady is legit. I feel more engaged because I know who this person is right away. Okay, some of you might have been thinking about getting a logo for your team efforts or for yourself. Sometimes we want to do like our logo with our name, kind of something trendy, something cool, and that's what we want to show on our Instagram or Facebook page. So I would tell you, just don't do this. I don't want to be mean with the designers that design these two logos. I found them on, the in I'm of course, as some of you know, I'm really into graphic design and into photography. So some of the forums of which are the worst logos around, these two poor guys won some kind of competition about bad designs. So, anyways, I don't want to be mean. So first, don't do this. Don't do this. So what I'm gonna share with you is, in these times, we can be very nice with our community. And I'm pretty sure that you know someone around that either is a graphic artist or knows somebody that is a graphic artist. Maybe your cousin has a daughter that is into graphic design. So why not to, help community, hire someone right now and say, hey, can you please do me a nice logo? And that will make a huge difference. I know some of us, we just want to try, and we are like, yeah, I can do my own things, but sometimes it's more valuable that you use your time to do what you do best, that is, sharing nht opportunity, sharing the product, and then leave these little things to people that is more into it. And in the same way, you can help the community. And also, you have this nht global independent distributor logo on the website, on members only area, so you can use that as well. So this is something, because I've seen some people is trying to use either logos or the photos. So either is okay, just try to make it look professional. Just that's gonna be a game changer for this. Now I want to talk to you what I do when I'm gonna start working with a social media account. This is very important to everyone of you, that is, go and see the brands that inspire you, go and see the things that you love. In the top corner on the right, you can see two of my biggest passions, that is photography with Nikon, and soccer, or how, we can say it, football, the real football, not the football they see here in US. So anyways, these two are some of my biggest passions. So when I am trying to develop something, I go to these kind of Instagrams or accounts, and I see what they're doing, the design they're doing, because let's face it, these guys have huge teams of marketing that are working for them. So it's always cool to see what is going on, what they're doing, but not only see what you like, what you love, which is cool, but also I suggest, I would advise that you go and see some things that your potential customers, your potential prospects, your prospects in the field might be liking. So if you are, for example, I put here, for example, of course, first go and see NHT to see what is going on and see what inspiration you can get from our accounts. But also you can go and see, like the NFL or Prada or Starbucks. Different people like different things. It's good that we see everything around. And believe me, once you start seeing these kind of accounts, it will give you so much for you to work with, so many different ideas. It's gonna be fun, and you're gonna create in a way better way. Like everything is gonna come easier because you have been seeing so many things. Again, and I'm gonna stress this out a lot. Please, when you do this, when you go and see what is going on in other accounts, go to see what is going on in other accounts, because I can see all of us getting distracted, and then we forgot that we were checking what is Starbucks doing and what kind of design they're doing and what kind of messages they're sharing. So just make sure, when I'm gonna be checking on the brands I like, check that, make notes and all that. Don't go and just spend your day looking at their accounts. Now, all these that we're doing, honestly, we are doing it to get into this point. That's what I want to share with you. All your account, all your profile photo, all the design, if you do a logo, everything is meant. We're working hard to get into this moment. That is when you start getting communication, real engaged communication with real people out there. So once the people like what you're doing or is interested in what you're doing, they will start sending you some text, some photos, videos, whatever. And the point is, on Instagram, when you go to direct messages, you have all these tools. You can share your text like a normal text, but you can send photos like we know Facebook does. You can send your videos and you can share your stories. We're going to talk about stories in just a little bit, but that's something powerful on Instagram. The point is, you can relate to other people right away when, once they are into your page and they already, if they comment something in your page, is a good moment to go and text them and say, hey, I saw that you like this, would you like to get a little bit more information, or things like that. If you do it on the thread, on the original post, it might get lost. They might have a question that they might feel a little bit odd to ask in public. So it's very good that you contact to them directly. So this is the deal. You get people attention with everything we have said about the logo, the profile photo, etc. And then you connect to them on personal level. This is super important. And then this is where you guys know how to do it the best. That is already share with them the products, the opportunity. So we are gonna work. Our social media should be working for you to get into this moment, right? So when you're like, I don't know why I need really social media, is to get the prospects. And how we do it is through these direct messages or direct communication with the real people. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump to how do I plan my content, because you might be okay. I get all this, but I don't really know what to say exactly, and I'm a little bit confused, a little bit overwhelmed. So don't worry, we have here some tips. First of all, you have to really take time to plan and create. How many of us have grabbed the phone and say, today I'm gonna send a cool post that will change my business, and then you start your post and you're like, oh, I don't know what to say. So what I want to tell you, when you do this exercise about the brands that you follow that we talk about, do it with your notepad, and then start write it down. Oh, I like that kind of message, I'm gonna write it down. And then you can do very easy a schedule, like really easy. I promise you, it can take you 10 minutes, 15 minutes to just say, this week I'm gonna share about, and here we go. What is your goal on each post? I'm gonna share about product. I'm gonna share about some trips that I have done with NHT. I'm gonna share some tips. I'm gonna teach my distributors how to do some stuff on Instagram. I'm gonna share. You just have to make sure that you know what you're gonna do for each post beforehand, so you don't waste your time trying to think what you're gonna do, and you have already your material ready. Like you have already in your gallery all the photos you want to share. So this is something very, very important, because, and this is something that I live with, is likes and shares are cool, are okay, but that shouldn't be your goal. That's we're not gonna go anywhere with bunch of likes. The real thing here is that the message we are sending, that's the real game changer. Because if you have 100 likes in one page, but no one texts you, no one asks you about what you're doing, it doesn't matter. So the cool thing is, maybe you have 5 likes, but 2 people ask you, hey, I'm really interested in what you're posting, so what is the deal with this NHT thing that you're going on with? So that's when the things really happen. So now we know what to do, now how to do it. We're gonna do something that is really giving something to your audience. So when we are planning content and we're like, yeah, I want to sell Noni and I want people to enroll with me, that's all good. It's perfect. But you really want to give something to the audience. So if you give them, they're gonna accept you. If you just try to sell, like you just try to push them like me, share me. That's not gonna work. It's cool to ask to, hey, like a call to action. Please, you feel free to share this. Feel free to share with another friend. You should be doing this. But if you just push, please share, and like everything, it's not gonna work. So when you're planning your content, I suggest that you think on these different aspects. You can inspire. So how you can do this? You can share some things that makes you feel better, that makes you have a different view, that will refresh your morning. Like today I was thinking about doing a post about Noni because I feel this way in the morning. So these kind of things, you're trying to give the people something. Yes, you're mentioning the opportunity, the product, but you're also giving something. And then you can also entertain. You can do a joke. You can share something about a kitty pose that we all love. Kitty, I love kitty pose. But the thing is, you do it with a strategy. So if you're just saying, I'm gonna sell, please buy this, but in the other hand you have one photo of a very cute kitty with a noni, that's, people is gonna react different to it. So take that into consideration. Then education, when I want to say with education is, you can give tips. What has been working for you. So for example, if you want to share how you have been doing webinars, you could do a post about it. So this way you can train your followers in a very nice way, because you're not saying, oh, I'm gonna teach you how to do this because I am the best doing this. Now it's about, I am sharing what I have seen that is working for me. And then very important is the interaction. So if you are planning this content, try to see it in this way. I want people to engage with me. I don't want them to just go and buy, but I also want them to say, hey, I like this, what this person is doing. I'm interested in the way he or she is telling stories, is telling how she's doing her business or his business. And then I will ask something, which brings me to this. So when people start interacting with you, is, again, as we were saying, is the perfect moment, is when you have to answer those questions. Is super important. I want to leave you with this in this part, that is, when you plan content, is always to achieve this moment of interaction. Okay. And never forget, if you get a question on social media, the worst you can do is not answer that question. So make sure that you answer what people is asking you. Now I want you to tell me, I know you're listening now, but I want to tell you here, I have one important message that really want you to understand and read and comprehend. Like, please look at this. Now we're gonna look at this. So it's the same message. It's exactly the same message, but I bet you have to be really close to read it, if you can read it. So here, these kind of things, these kind of designs can do a lot of damage to your message, or can do a lot of good to your message. So these three boxes say exactly the same. That is, simple design, solid colors. It has easy to read, and simple is better. My point is, I know some of us want to use different colors and make it look pretty attractive and stuff, but sometimes we lost the focus, and we start worrying more about if it looks pretty or funny or attractive than can you actually read it. So what I want to share with you is, please, when you do a communication, a post or something, make sure the message goes easy, is easy to read, is easy to identify right away. So there's one Instagram account that I follow of this lady, and I really like how she presents her text, her quotes. Is really easy to read, is very simple, I would say that if you go in a first moment just to make sure everybody can read your message and you can achieve this important thing that is that people really understand what you're saying, you can go to this route. Again, solid colors, big font, very contrasty, and you're gonna be really good. It's gonna work a lot for you. Now, when we're talking about content strategy, I want to say that you have really three options here. One of them is you can create a brand new post. That is what we have been talking about. But also you can go and repost something from somebody else. I would say if you are going to share something from someone, it's very cool to give credit. Uh, so if you have all your uplines and maybe other distributors, and you can say, hey, can I please share what you just posted? I loved it. And then you can repost it, and then you don't really have to waste so much time trying to find out what to post at certain moment. So make sure, since as we said, you're already planning your content, but you're already seeing at other social media Instagram accounts that you like, it's going to be easy for you to replicate or to share something that is already done. And something very important, maybe you posted something 1 month ago, and believe me, not everybody saw it. So if it's still relevant, you can reshare it. Isn't anything bad about it. It's going to be very helpful for you. So these three ways to post will make you think that really is not going to take you forever to plan your post. Okay. Now, when you are going to do a new post, this is what you need to know to do. You have to, and again, sorry for those that are already very engaged with Instagram and stuff, but I want to make sure that we all understand about it. First thing, again, go and download your Instagram if you haven't done so, and then create your account with all the tips we have been talking about. But then when you start doing your post, you're gonna come here in this little cross here in the plus sign, and that's when you are gonna be able to start creating your post. Now we have photos and we have carousels. In a different time, if we have the chance that I am here with you again, we can talk about more about carousels. But now let me talk to you about the photos. So here you can see the two different ways to post, the basic ones. On the right, you see the carousel. That is when basically you can choose 3 or 4 images for the same post. On the left, you see the single one. So let's do the single one. Once you choose one photo, you can actually apply some filters. And I encourage you to go and explore what Instagram has for you. It's always super good to explore the filters. You can also do some adjustments. So for example, you can, if there's something in the background that you don't like and you don't know how to edit the photo, come here to Instagram. You can make it big, you can change brightness, you can change contrast. There's so many little tools on Instagram already that you can use for your photos that you're gonna love it. And the best way to do it is practice, 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 go and try. So here is something that I was doing for a post for Instagram in Mexico. And I was playing with the colors, I was playing with the contrast, with all these different variations that you can have on your photos. So once you're happy with the way your photo looks, you're gonna say okay, and next, and then we're gonna go to the caption. As you can see, I grabbed one example here from NHT Global Europe. It's very important that the caption really is sharing the idea you want to share. So when you are doing your post, it's very important that the caption really says what you want to say. So you can go and check again what other people are doing, how they are phrasing. So when you go to your Instagram and start doing your post, you don't take a long time to really do something. It's important that you already know some ways to do it. The other thing that I really want to share with you is the tagging. Once you do your post, the next thing, when you choose your photo and you do your caption, next thing will be the chance to tag people. I would advise you that you tag your people depending on the kind of post that you're doing. For example, if you're doing something about opportunity, that, like fresh opportunity, ask me how am I doing my business or something like that. What you can do, what I suggest that you do, is that for those prospects that kind of already follow you, you can tell them, hey, I'm gonna post something on Instagram, and I will tag you. I hope you find that interesting. So my point is, don't just go and tag everyone in your Instagram. That people won't like that, won't appreciate that. But if you tell your prospect, hey, I'm planning to tag you in a post, I think it's very cool. I think you will learn something, or I think that information helped you. That's something very good. The other option that will give you after you tag the key people. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to tell you, maybe the post you're doing is about strategies for NHT. So it's focused on your downline. Then you tag your downline, because some of them, I'm sure, they haven't been very active lately. So it's a good time to say, hey, I tag you on this post. My point is not just tag everyone, and basically without letting them know that you're planning to do so. That will help a lot. And once you start this movement, then you can start just tagging them, and they will know that it's coming from you, and is all good. Then the other option that you can use for your post is the location. If you add the location, it might sound very self-explanatory, like, yeah, whatever is the location, and I don't really care. It does, because if you are doing a webinar in India, for example, now that Dalibor is working with Loris in there, maybe the post that Dalibor is doing, the people that is in Europe is going to read it. But then, since he's adding the location Mumbai, India, then the people that follow him from India is going to say, hey, I'm interested in this one. What is going on? And they're going to be more engaged. And maybe someone in Europe that has a prospect in India will say, hey, I will talk to Dalibor because he's doing some things in India. I really want to know. So that's when location in your post becomes very powerful. So you should explore it. And now I really want to ask Anto, how are we on time? Because I have a few more slides about stories, but we can definitely do that in a different time. Just wanted to know, how are we on time?
Usually the webinar is 1 hour. So do you think it's enough, or we can just have the second part next week?
Okay, so I think what I would like to do is to go straight to, I'm going to mention just very quick about stories, and then the challenge of the week, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so here we go. Stories. When we're talking about stories, is this possibility that you have to do a post that is gonna be there for just 24 hours. So this is powerful. This is very easy to use, and it's gonna make very attractive your page, because some things that you don't really want to have there forever in your profile, you can have it in your story. So here I will just show you very quick what you can do for stories. You can see here up here all the stories that of the people, and then when you click on your story, you're gonna be able to choose either a photo or create a boomerang or layout, and we're gonna go super deep in the next session about this. But I'm gonna show you just what you can do on stories. I have this photo of our beautiful doctor in Mexico. She's an NHD distributor, and also she's working right now, as you can imagine, a lot. And once you choose the photo, you can add these little tags that are pre-designed already on Instagram, or you can add these filters. Again, go ahead and explore. Once you do that, once you're choose the filter you want, you can do a hashtag even on your story. I know you just saw about hashtags in the past session. So you can do a nice hashtag here. And since we really thank Dr. Mayra, I would say that we can also say thank you again. And then you can, in this case, oh, the gift first. When you're doing a gift is gonna let you to give a little bit of fun to your post, to give animation around it will make it stand. And again, you're gonna have fun doing this, and people is gonna have fun looking at your story. What I was telling you, I want to write again thank you. And one important thing, you can change your font, you can make it your own, you can change color of your font. So all these, and you don't have to go out from Instagram. That's super cool. And also you can save this story. So now I'm done, I like how this looks. You can click this arrow that is on top, that one, and it will save to your gallery, to your photos. So that's something that you really want to do. Okay, so this is a story already, and in the next sessions I'm going to show you more. This is going to be in your profile for 24 hours. So, and it's going to tell your the people that is following you, is going to have like this like communications. It will tell them, let's say Fabian already posted a new story. So that will help a lot for the people to go and see what you're into that day. Okay, so very quick, I just wanna show you something, and with this I wanna ask for your participation. I'm gonna take this out for one little second, and I'm gonna show you here very quick. So this is like few tips about doing photos for product. We all want to do that, we all like to do that. So again, don't use flash. Like flash, not good, not good, not good. So it's better if you are gonna use something, is you're trying to shoot something in the dark, go to a source light, and don't put it behind. Don't put it behind. That will make it bad. All these photos are made with a phone. So just to let you know, we're not using like professional cameras or anything. It's just so you can see what you can do. In this case, in the last photo, you can see we put the light source that is just a simple bulb next to it. And I kind of like already what is going on, but you can also go to natural light environment, and then you can do something simple with your phone, but take care of the background, take care of putting a little plant or something nice. That will make a huge difference for when you are posting a photo, when you're creating a photo of our product. And that brings me to the last slide, that is, I would love that every one of you practice and practice and practice. And for that, I would like to ask you if you could please do one brand new photo. What I mean is, I don't want you to go to your gallery and send photos that you have already done. That's cheating. What you want to do is to practice. So you're going to grab your favorite product or your favorite products, and you're going to do a nice photo. Get creative, have fun, do something thinking on what you want people to see, and create one photo. And once you create that photo, I will ask you to send through message to the Instagram of NHT Global Europe. So this, believe me, is the best result that you're gonna have, is that you will be practicing, that this will be for you, for your page. And not only that, but also if you send one photo, since you're gonna practice and gonna do your best effort, and you're gonna get creative, and you're gonna do different options, you won't have only one photo, because you're gonna send us one or two maybe, but you will have maybe 20 photos because you were trying different stuff. And that's all is gonna be so good for you, because next time you wanna share something, you will have already your own gallery of photos. And again, if you try this kind of different photos during the week, by the end of the month, can you imagine how much you have improved? in how to take photos of products, in how many material you will have to send to your prospects, to your Instagram, on emails, text message, WhatsApps, etc. So please help me doing that. I would say that if we can have these, early in the week, for next week, would be awesome. So we can check them out, and then we can comment, and then we can go deeper in how to do some cool photos, some strategies, and some lighting and all that. And that would be amazing. So thank you very much, Anto. Thank you very much, everyone. And I hope I can get to see you very soon again.